Ma'am.
Oh, we're filming.
Yeah, we're filming it. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Adorkable Rachel, and it's time for another episode of Rachel Reacts! Welcome back to another episode. We've got Greg Alba here in the house from The Real Rejects. Be sure to go watch his channel. I'm telling you that right now. Go subscribe to his channel. He does a lot of reactions and movie reviews. He's a great guy. I collabed with him recently. Now he's collabing with me! So what are we watching today, Greg?
We're gonna watch a video from WatchMojo.com.
I love WatchMojo.com.
They never have divisive lists.
No.
Everyone is always for them. Top 5 unanswered Infinity War questions.
Top 5, not top 10. They're usually pretty good at doing top 10s. Today's a top 5, but I'm excited about this because obviously Infinity War came out recently, and we're all looking forward to the movie that's coming out next year.
Yeah.
We're dying to see it, dying to see what happens, and these are the top 5 questions that have not been answered, and we hope will get answered in the next one.
Yeah. You explained it. Those are the top 5 unanswered.
Well, I'm just saying, you gotta give people a little leeway as to why we want to watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. I could guess a couple of these questions, but let's, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know what it is they'll be talking about specifically. I actually recently did a video just like this for the Star Wars after watching The Last Jedi, what my next top 5 questions are for that. So it kind of goes, thank you, I appreciate it. Anyway, this is kind of the same vein. We just are gonna see what questions were not answered and give our opinions on what we think those answers could be or what we hope they'll be.
Sure.
All right, let's go ahead and watch it.
So, is Vision purple or red? Welcome to WatchMojo.
That's a question.
Our picks for the top 5 unanswered Infinity War questions.
Where was this show?
I know that shot wasn't in the
Purple
trailer.
chair. He's purple. It's a magic glove. Doesn't like standing up.
Before we begin,
What?
Have you seen that video?
No, I don't think I have.
so funny.
Oh, I'll have to go watch that.
notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at all the questions that Avengers Infinity War left unanswered. And of course, there will be major spoilers for Infinity War and other MCU properties.
Spoiler
Be
alert!
warned.
When I'm done,
I saw this movie 3 times.
I saw it once.
Number 5. What has Nick Fury been up to?
who the hell are you?
Nick Fury.
Disappearing, apparently.
He's been waiting to beat Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
The Avengers together, and frequently appeared in Marvel's first 2 phases. Since the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D., however, Nick Fury has only appeared in Age of Ultron, operating from the shadows after faking his death. Of course, Fury is a man with a contingency for every situation, and while he isn't involved with the reformed S.H.I.E.L.D., his re-emergence in Infinity War's post-credits scene confirmed he and Maria Hill were still working on something.
What?
Yeah.
From existence, Fury was able to signal Captain Marvel, and with Samuel L. Jackson set to appear in her upcoming film, some questions about his plans are sure to be answered.
You need to keep both eyes open.
Number 4. What happened on Xandar?
By the authority of the Nova Corps, you are under arrest.
In Guardians of the Galaxy, we were introduced to the Nova Corps.
This is the attack Xandar.
Yeah.
Xandar. The film's finale saw Xandar almost destroyed by Ronan with the help of the Power Stone. After Ronan's defeat, the stone was securely sealed away by the Nova Corps, and it wasn't seen again until the opening of Infinity War, already in Thanos' possession. Thanos' attack on Xandar and
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, this is early on.
But if rumors of a Nova movie are true, we could get some answers in the future, and learn the fates of the Nova Corps characters played by Glenn Close and
John C. Reilly.
Yeah. Except for I wouldn't be surprised if she's not in there. She wasn't enthusiastic about being in this.
help in saving Xandar.
Number 3. Where have the Guardians been?
So we're saving the galaxy again?
Eat.
I guess. Awesome!
Thanks to films like Captain America Civil War and Thor Ragnarok, audiences have a pretty
These are
good
the top 5 questions.
I guess. I was expecting more like, what are some things that are going to get answered later?
The galaxy last appeared in Guardians Volume 2, which, rather than being set when it was released, takes place only months after Guardians 1. This means the last time the team was accounted for was after Yondu's funeral in 2014. So what has the team been doing for the past 4 years, other than flying through space and listening to Star-Lord's zoo?
100 songs on it. 300 songs?
Number 2, where is Valkyrie?
That's a big question.
Yes, that I want to know.
I mean, they did.
Ragnarok ended with the Revengers, a team made of Thor,
Someone
Hulk,
did
and
give an
Loki,
answer.
and the newly introduced Valkyrie, saving the Asgardians from the destruction.
Valkyrie.
Oh, it was Valkyrie.
Their ship was attacked by Thanos in Infinity War, and while Thor, Loki, and Hulk were all accounted for, Valkyrie was nowhere to be seen.
I thought one of the Russo brothers or Tessa Thompson answered
The
this.
hilarious Rockman Korg were MIA as well. Thor later confirms that only half of the Asgardians were killed, meaning that it's likely Valkyrie is still alive, along with Thor's ally Lady Sif, who herself was absent from Ragnarok. With any luck, we will see Valkyrie
I think she's dead.
Korg return in Avengers 4.
What have you brought today? Tell me.
A contender.
What?
Number 1. What about everyone else?
You look like an asshole.
Yeah.
Everyone from the TV shows? Yes.
Where's the New York Defenders?
Of course, Valkyrie wasn't the only character whose fate was left uncertain when half the universe died. Shuri and Pepper Potts were nowhere to be seen at the film's end, and Ant-Man and Hawkeye were also both notably absent, bar a quick line that said they're under house arrest. There are also dozens of characters from Marvel TV to consider. While Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, but the movies don't really care about those.
No.
The Defenders, the Runaways, the Inhumans, and the Punisher were affected by the Universal Genocide remains a mystery, at least for the time being.
Well, the Luke Cage Season 2's coming back, so, you know.
Yeah.
Said alive, right?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
Okay, that's the top 5 questions they have.
Yeah.
Definitely not the top 5 questions I've had. So, I think the most pressing question in that whole entire list for me was, where was Valkyrie? Or
Valkyrie. That's how we call her now, I guess.
I guess so. I thought it was Valkyrie, but
Well,
okay, Valkyrie.
I thought either Tessa Thompson or the Russo brothers said that, they said half, I mean, Thor even says half of Asgard was wiped out.
Right.
He says it in the movie that Thor did that, and that one of them, I forget who, said that Valkyrie was part of the group of people that were able to get on escape pods. Like, so she's still alive.
Yeah.
That's what someone answered that, said, confirmed that, yeah, she escaped.
Interesting.
Before that attack at the beginning of Infinity War happened.
That's kind of what I thought too, because I remember seeing the movie and didn't think anything of it, but then remembered later, like, oh yeah, she wasn't anywhere to be found. Where'd she go? But then, yeah, I thought I read or heard that too, that yeah, she got on an escape pod or something, which is kind of like, if that did happen, it's kind of like, why didn't you show that? But
yeah.
Yeah, maybe they will appear later, which would be nice. But I don't know. I feel like that's the most pressing question out of all these questions. Other than that, I'm just like,
yeah. I mean, like, what's Nick Fury been up to? I don't know. I don't really.
Being Nick Fury.
I don't really care, honestly, because I like Nick Fury. I like when he's there, but I only like him when he's doing an obvious supporting role. He's never a lead.
Yeah.
And he's never even he's rarely a main supporting other than Captain America Winter Soldier. So
he just kind of shows up and
like, yeah, he's doing some whatever random missions.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing.
He's a part of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I would have asked more of what have Captain America and his team been up to, because they show up, they're all looking different, and they've been on, like, Civil War ends on a note of okay, they're separating and they're going to be fugitives, but what have they been doing all these years?
Yeah.
What missions have they been doing? How have they been making money?
I feel like I'm more curious about why Scarlett Johansson or why Black Widow's hair is now blonde than most of these questions. Like, what happened to her?
Yeah, I mean, they said something about how they were trying to, since they were fugitives, that they wanted to change their disguises.
So what's the story with that?
Yeah, like, what have they been, how have they been making money? Like, what have they been doing? Have they been wearing just those clothes for 4 years?
I know. Have they just not been in disguise?
Yeah, that's a bigger question in my mind.
I know, me too.
What's Nick Fury been up to?
I know, exactly.
I was more curious as to why when Nick Fury contacts Captain Marvel, why was her beeper at the very top of his unopened bag?
That's true. That's true.
He just like literally goes, oh, it's right here. I got it ready to go.
I'm ready, man.
Just in case this specific thing.
I've been waiting for this for 5 years. I've been ready for this.
Yeah.
And oh shit, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Mother.
And where's Hawkeye? I guess a good question.
That is a question I did have. Where's Hawkeye?
They say he's under house arrest, but you know, like for all we know, I don't think he's disappeared because there's Avengers 4 set photos.
Yeah, I think one theory though that I can get behind is that in the next movie we'll get to Hawkeye and it turns out his family disappeared.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, oh no, I gotta fight for this.
Yeah.
So then he, goes off and finally does his thing with the Avengers.
Yeah.
But to be on house arrest, how convenient.
Well, he would have served no good, and I mean, if Black Widow could put up a fight, I'm sure he could have done something in Wakanda.
It's true. She is pretty badass.
I mean, the original Avengers were all alive by the end of this movie, so I figured that Hawkeye was one of the original Avengers and Marvel's Avengers. Yeah. So
again, how convenient.
How convenient. What are the questions?
Yeah, what were the questions? Let's see. Oh, what happened on Zangar?
I remember Thor said that before Thor tells the Guardians that he's going to nowhere, that planet, and he said that he already attacked Xandar, so I assumed Xandar is just destroyed.
Yeah, I figured, that's kind of what I figured too, I thought.
Especially because he had to go get the stone, so
yeah,
it must be
like,
destroyed.
Whatever, bye.
I mean,
not relevant.
It's kind of just a throwaway.
It is a little bit, kinda. I mean, whatever, but there's more pressing things in this universe, I feel like, than what happened to Xandar.
I feel like a lot of people kind of forgot even what Xandar was for a second, unless you really remember the first movie, which came out many years ago. Like, that's for like hardcore MCU fans to remember. Like, oh yeah, Xandar, I think. Because I feel like there's so many random names you might even forget what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, they asked like what happened, what have the Guardians been up to?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, they've kind of just been doing the Guardians thing.
They just do their Guardians thing.
I feel like the introduction to them was kind of telling you what they've been up to.
That's what I felt like too. It's just they're just doing their thing.
They're answering thing and random missions to earn money.
Yeah, they're doing their random missions to earn money. That's kind of what they do. And then we make movies about the really hardcore things.
Yeah, like the life-changing experience ones for them.
Yeah.
Because even at the beginning of Infinity War, they're like, hey, we could probably get parts off this ship, da-da-da-da-da, you know,
that's like
this distress call. It's like, yeah, that's what they've been doing.
That's what they've been doing. I don't know why that's such a pressing question.
Like, he's got a mustache now. That's about it, and Groot's a teenager, you know?
Yeah. What about everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, what I remember, Kevin Feige and whoever the person is that runs the shows, I forget his name, I've heard they don't really get along, so they haven't ever cared to tie in the television show with the movies, like any of the TV shows.
Yeah, I remember making that point too when I did my review. I was like, there's a few people we don't know about, and then there's like everyone in the TV shows. So yeah. I don't know, that didn't seem like it mattered too much in the movies.
I'm more curious to see how the shows will acknowledge the events of Infinity War. Yeah. Because we have Luke Cage coming out, Daredevil coming out, Runaways Season 2 is being filmed right now. There's even Cloak and Dagger coming out right now. Yeah. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s coming back. Like, there's a lot of things coming back in the television world before Avengers 4 comes out. Yeah. And
it just seems like, I agree, like I don't really care too much about addressing those within the new Avengers Infinity War movie. We've already got enough going on. I would just like to see in those TV shows how they acknowledge this event.
Yeah, because the shows always acknowledge the Avengers event. They go out of their way to give a little nod to the fact that they know the movies exist. Yeah. Like all the Netflix shows call the event of the Battle of New York, they call it the incident in all their Netflix Marvel shows. So I feel like the shows have to, I don't think the movies are required to answer this, but I think the shows have to acknowledge the disappearance. If the shows acknowledge the Battle of New York, they have to acknowledge the disappearance of half the world.
Right,
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm more curious about that end in reverse, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess as far as like what everyone else has been up to in the Infinity Wars, like I am interested in seeing what, of course, Hawkeye's been up to, which we'll hopefully find out about him and his family. I am interested about Ant-Man. I kind of hope, though, that this next Ant-Man movie will maybe address it at the end, like maybe it'll tease people disappearing. I know it's not likely, but it would be kind of cool if they did that.
I feel like it's gonna I feel like I think in the Marvel movies, the next two before Avengers 4, will have the endings of those somehow segue into, kind of like how Captain America, the first Avenger, did that. How it segued into Marvel's Avengers, where the last 10 to 15 minutes, he wakes up in the present, he's readjusted, meets Nick Fury. I feel like the last maybe 10 to 15 minutes of Ant-Man will take place like right around the disappearance of everyone. That's just my theory.
That's my theory too, and I think that would be pretty cool if they did that. And then other than that, it's Valkyrie, and just maybe hopefully finding out that she is okay and she escaped.
Yeah, she should be. That'd be a stupid move on Marvel's end to get rid of her, honestly.
I know, she was such a cool character.
They have a lack they don't have any leading female characters other than upcoming Captain Marvel, and right now their supporting female characters are still just supporting, so I think the last thing you want to do is get rid of such a beloved one like Valkyrie. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that we're finally getting a female main character, or at least one who's in the title, and it's like the 20th film or 21st film coming out?
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think there needs to be any female superheroes.
Oh, come on.
What does females do exactly?
You dick. So there you go. There's WatchMojo's most pressing questions that were not really that pressing to us, but hey, at least we got to discuss it. So now I want to know, what pressing questions do you guys have for Infinity War? Also be sure to subscribe to this guy. Go watch him and his channel. He's awesome.
That's all I'm here for.
Well, go ahead leave the comments below. Be sure to like and share. And if you're new and like what you saw here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to hit the little bell button down there to get notified when new stuff comes out because I make new videos every week. Bye, Adorkable Betties. I'll see you soon. Mwah!